Anila, please proceed.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all our respected parents, educators, students, academic leaders, and well wishers joining us today. On behalf of Rockwoods International School and Rockwoods Junior College, I extend my heartfelt greetings to each one of you. Welcome to another enriching session of the Rockwoods webinar series conducted every Wednesday and Saturday to bring meaningful, practical, and inspiring learning experiences to our students, parents, and teachers. Before we begin, I would like to extend warm wishes to all the doctors on the occasion of Doctors' Day. We deeply appreciate the dedication, compassion, and service of our medical professionals who tirelessly work towards building a healthier society. As part of our Doctors' Day celebrations, this Saturday we are delighted to have a special webinar featuring a distinguished doctor who will share valuable insights with all of us. But today, our spotlight is on a subject that many students either love passionately or fear tremendously: mathematics, fun, or fear. For some children, mathematics is a world of patterns, puzzles, and excitement. For others, it can be a source of anxiety, confusion, and self doubt. But is mathematics truly difficult? Or have we simply learned to approach it with fear rather than curiosity? Mathematics is not merely about numbers and formulas. It teaches us logical thinking, creativity, problem solving, perseverance, and the confidence to tackle challenges systematically. When taught with understanding and explored with joy, mathematics transforms from a frightening subject into an exciting adventure. Today's webinar aims to help students, parents, and teachers shift their perspectives from memorizing procedures to discovering the beauty and wonder behind mathematical thinking. We are certain that this session will inspire learners to see mathematics not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to think, explore, and enjoy. It is now my privilege and honor to introduce our esteemed speaker for today's webinar, Ms. Y. Srinaja. Ms. Y. Srinaja serves as a mathematical faculty member at Rockwoods International School, Siddipet branch. She holds a Master of Science in Mathematics and a Bachelor of Education, reflecting her strong academic foundation and passion for mathematics education. Ms. Srinaja firmly believes that mathematics should never be taught as a subject to be feared, but as a language that helps us understand the world around us. Her teaching philosophy centers on making mathematical concepts engaging, relatable, activity based, and enjoyable for every learner. She is passionate about helping students build confidence, overcome anxiety, and develop a growth mindset toward learning mathematics. Today, she shall guide us through an exciting exploration of how mathematics can become a source of curiosity, creativity, and joy rather than fear. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm virtual welcome to Ms. Y. Srinaja. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It is a privilege to be with you all today. And today we'll be discussing regarding math confidence. Before going into the webinar session, let me ask you a basic question. How have you ever heard that mathematics is a difficult subject? It involves all the critical thinking. It is very problematic. It is very fearful. Yes, we all heard about it. Mostly it happens because of the fear in children. So it will make the children underconfident regarding the problems or regarding the word problems to solve. Before seeing itself, they will feel fearful regarding that. So to reframe that fear into curiosity and growth, today we will see that in this session. Anila ma'am, next slide please. Yes. So why is mathematics called as a fearful subject? Is it changeable? Can teachers and parents will help children to change their perspective regarding mathematics subjects? But regarding mathematics subject, we have an inbuilt thought that mathematics is a fearful subject. But in actual thing, We develop that thinking in children that mathematics is fearful. But when it is implemented in daily classroom, if we see mathematics in a visual world, then it will makes easier to the students to understand it. Instead of saying that okay, 2 plus 2 is 4, we could have given some visual example to the students so that they can see how that summation of two numbers is happening. So this will build a mindset in students that yes, we are confident enough to do mathematical problems. How do we build that? That we will see in the next slides. Yes, ma'am. Next, please. Yes. What is the root cause of this mathematics fear? Either it is the inbuilt thought which we are putting in, like we are telling the student that yes, you can't do this problem. This is a very simple problem. That makes the student a fearful thing. Like mathematics is a fearful thing. I should not supposed to do the problems. I should not supposed to go into the deeper calculations. That will develop a underconfident feeling in the students. So the root causes are like the next slide, ma'am. Yes. So the common cause is students will have that negative labels in their mind. We say it as, okay, they are doing better than you in mathematics. Why can't you do it? It is a basic calculation. This all will develop anxiety in students, which makes them not to ask any doubts in the class. And when they are not asking any doubts, that means either they are not understanding or either they feel so much fearful regarding that particular concept. So to rebuild this trust and interest in the students, we have to adapt few strategies which are there in furthermore slides. Yes, ma'am. Next slide, please. Yes, the first barrier is cognitive barrier. We develop a difficulty in students' brain that number sense, working, it all, the mathematics is all related to the memory part. Like we have to remember the formula a plus b whole square is this. No, if we visualize that formula, if we say how that came, the process, they will remember that same formula for longer duration. So visualizing the mathematical concept will make the child to remember those formulas or concepts for longer duration. Math is all about the content and the application of it, but the basic bridge in between them. Few students will know what is the content is, what is the formula is, but they don't know how to apply. But few students have a problem in concept itself, the basic concepts. So regarding this, we have to mostly focus on the cognitive skills, the basic core concepts which should be taught before teaching some new concept. That should be clear. Then that will allow students to have the memory power or the content connection between the content which is already taught and the application which they are going to do. So this will also help them to form the bridge between the gaps which they have, and this will definitely boost their competence. Next slide, ma'am. Yes, emotional impact. First of all, before dealing with this particular concept, even once, like back then, even I used to feel so fear regarding this math subject. I used to feel what it is, why it is used, where it is used, until I met the perfect teacher in ninth class. Now, today, I did maths in like MSc mathematics and I'm teaching now. It's all because of him. So this gratitude I'm giving to him because he shown me that this math world can be more interesting. This is nothing but we are living it daily. The basic calculations, the basic profit and loss, seeing the time, everything is involved. And I never observed it. I used to think mathematics is all about calculations, and word problems. But when I went into depth of like the deeper side of the mathematics, then I realized this self-esteem is developed within the children. He told me that this is not something which you have to do it just for the sake of marks. You have to do it because you can do it. First thing you have to build in the child's brain that math is something which everyone can do. It is not something a biological problem or some memory issues and all. Everyone can do mathematics if it is taught properly, or if it is guided properly, if it is practiced for n number of times. This will encourage students to build that confidence in them. So this emotional impacts will also affect students to have that lower like the feeling that they have that fearful subject, or it is not something which I have like I know it, or which is something I have to do it in the future. Because we have to show them how this mathematics is used in the society itself, so that they can like they can connect both, and they can think, okay, mathematics is this, it's not just a subject, it is something which we are living daily. Yes, ma'am. Next slide. Yes, make it fun. Mathematics as a fun chapter. Can we do that? Yes, it is possible. We can do that when we develop curiosity in the children. Mostly we have such activities, we have mathematics lab. We all have mathematics lab when we were child, but we never saw it. We never went it. Like we never know what happening in the mathematics lab. We have to take students for every concept as much as possible to mathematics lab and show them how the world of mathematics is visualized. We all have that concrete concepts in mathematics, so that looks like, okay, this concept can be seen. What about the abstract concepts? It is highly impossible to show that in a visualization thing, but we can show it using some techniques like some videos or where it is used. For example, profit and loss, I can't show it directly, some picture or something, yes, this is profit, this is and this is loss, but I can create a situation to my students where they know what is profit and what is loss. So to make it, like to make mathematics a fun subject, we can inculcate many strategies that we will see in the next slides. Yes, ma'am. Next. Yes, the teaching strategy, the puzzles. Even now, when I take classes, students are more interested in the puzzles. They come up with the new number series, they come up with the new games, which is math related, something which have which have a logic. So they are developing logical things with a logical thinking skill with that. So we have to inculcate project based tasks in our class to make mathematics subject little more interesting, and it will also show children that how mathematics is used in daily life. And if you inculcate hands-on activities also, like a number line, a human number line, in human number line students will involve themselves, and they will feel so anxious, and they will feel so excited to do that. So these type of collaborative activities will reflect in a better way. Next slide. Yes, parent techniques. Is it only a teacher's duty to address the issue which students have regarding this math subject? No, even parents have few techniques to inculcate in this. You have to create an environment where students feel secure and supportive, and you should encourage them. If, for example, we have a child who's trying to walk now. If he fell for one time, do we say, no, you can't walk forever? No, we won't do that. We will appreciate for the next step. Yes, you're doing good, you're doing great. Yes, you can do this, like that, which made him run today. So he's running today only because of your appreciation, only because the confidence which you built in his mind. So please make this as a routine. Create an environment where students ask you doubts, so that they can create, like they can have that encouragement thing. Yes, I am doing this. Yes, my mom is asking me this questions related to mathematics. Okay, the profit and loss, I have to tell her the calculations, the basic calculations, instead of using mobile phones and all, they can do it by themselves. All the small practices will build a stronger bridge for the students to develop those mathematical skills. You can also ask the open-ended questions as well. Like, okay, we went to a shop, I gave 700 rupees. This was the cost price. This was the selling price. Tell me the profit. Like that also we can ask. Yes, ma'am. Next slide, please. Real life examples. As I have mentioned already, when we cook something, how many kgs of rice we are taking? this many kgs we used to take, now we have to take this much because family members have increased. How much amount of the rice is increased, that kgs conversion, grams conversion, everything can be taught like this. So that quick mathematical challenges will make that children feel so confident about themselves. Yes, I can do this, I did this because I had a practice back then. So the storytelling purpose also you can use, like, okay, I went there, this happened, and how can we calculate this? The shopkeeper was got scammed because he did a wrong calculation. So that things will, like, that will allow students to think that okay, mathematics is not something which we have to study and write it in the exam. It is something which we are using in our daily life. And we can use any example. You can ask children what is the time instead of showing the phone, because that have a direct access to the time. You can ask them by watching the clock what angle it is, what angle is formed. That basic small questions will, like, it will encourage students to solve more problems, and it will make them have that content knowledge, like that brush up which has to be done, that will be happening, because math is all about practice. If you don't practice it again and again, it will make it, like, you will forget it. Practice makes man perfect, we all know about it, but in real life we should apply it. So I think as a parent, it is the only thing we can do is you have to develop a scenario or an environment where students can ask you, what is this, why we are using it? I know students have lots of questions, I know it is difficult sometimes, but the basic things which develops their critical thinking or logical reasoning, those type of questions at least we can address. And also it will make students to remember that particular concept for longer duration. Yes ma'am. Next slide. Yes. So here, how do we transform this mathematics fear? We have to be consistent daily. Like if a person is consistent regarding something, they will definitely get the results, that we all know. But do we apply that in our daily life? Because being consistent is nothing but, you ask students what they did in the class, what they have prepared in previous class. You have to ask everything, and you have to, like, you have to use real life examples in classroom. And like, you have to ask them, okay, this happened with me, this is the question, how can I solve it? That, and like that will allow students to think more regarding this mathematics content. If I went to the class, if I ask them, what is your favorite movie? What is, they will tell, what is your, who is your favorite hero, their favorite scene, everything they can tell. How do they tell that? Because they visualize it, they see it, they remember it. So they see it for n number of times. That is visualization and practice. So mathematics will be like the best subject when it is visualized and when it is practiced again and again. You should know how the content is applied, and you should also know why that content, why that formula came. So to do that, it is not that difficult. We can start from small steps itself. We can allow students doing small problems in our daily life. As a teacher, we can encourage them to do more problems, even if it is error. It's fine. We should not develop a thinking in children that error is something that you can't solve it again. We can solve it. When it comes to the error, we can do it again and again and make it perfect. So if they do mistakes, that means they are learning, that process is going on. So let students learn, and if they are doing mistakes, please be empathetic and please make them do it again. Do like, try another possible ways which make them understand the concept. So when we discuss regarding some concept, we directly jump into like the actual concept. But before that, we have to check what the child have, like, regarding that particular content, what he is thinking about it, what his thinking is, like, why do we use this before teaching the trigonometry or before teaching triangles? Why do we use triangles? Do they know about it? No. They will say, yes, ma'am, it is a three-sided figure. It has three angles. That is a basic content. It is a definition. That's fine. But why it is used? Where do we use? You come up with an example. Bridges. Why in bridges, why do we use only triangles? Ask them that type of questions. That will develop a curiosity in students that, okay, yes, we never observed it, that bridges have only triangles in it. Then we can come up with an activity regarding that particular triangles, why it is a stronger geometrical shape, and then that will create that curiosity among children, and it will decrease. When the curiosity is increasing, that means the fear among that children regarding this math subject is also decreasing. It will make child feel so confident regarding the content, regarding all the applications of that particular content. It will create a safe environment to the students. Before they come to you with the question, please address it, and address in such a way, not in the same technique. Every student is a different learner. He has a different type of learning. Few learn by activity based, few learn by quick questions, few learn by like long run. Some may take long time, like some may take longer duration to learn the same concept. That's okay. It's fine. It's completely okay. It is not something, mathematics is not something which is genetical, or which is something which is biological, or they have only this much of stuff in them, they can only do this much. It is not something like that. If you make the mathematics look so beautiful, if the students will know, wow, like what is math, how it is used in real life, how to apply it, when to apply it, where to apply it, these type of questions, if they are clear with, then math will do wonders for them. If they like if we create fear in them, okay, mathematics is something which only few people can do, toppers can do, only these students can do, we should not generalize it. Okay, you can do it. The thing is, you should be very positive. You should always give the positive feedback to the students, and you should always make sure there is an environment in the classroom or at the house where students can ask you question. When students start asking questions, that means they are learning something. So parents, please do create the safe and engaging learning experiences to the students. And also, it is like from teacher side, it is, you should be very empathetic, and you should be very patient and kind towards them while they come up with the same question again and again. You could have explained the same thing again and again. They will not understand. That's fine. You come up with a new strategy. You come up with a new teaching strategy or teaching technique. You can use a visualization aid, or you can use some game or hands on activity. Anything you can use, instead of directly adding the problems like the integers. I can make it as an activity, a fun game. I can use dice. I can make it a group, and I can give them, and I can tell them, yes, you throw a die, you will get the number, and you have to calculate it. That will make the child, like the feeling which they have, mathematics is a boring subject, it is very difficult, that feeling will gradually grow, like that will go. So we have to combine this playful strategies and real life connections, and we always have to give that positive feedback to the students so that they will build that confidence in them. Okay, mathematics is something which I can do. If you do mathematics, then it is wonders. If you develop that fear in students, then they can do blunders. So please do focus on the fear which students have. You should supposed to say, yes, mathematics is something which where we make mistakes. That's fine. Even few calculation mistakes, it happens with everybody. That's fine. But giving them space to learn again, to redo it, is what we have to do. Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Srinija, for such an engaging and thought-provoking session. Your insights have reminded us that mathematics is not just about getting every answer right immediately. It is about thinking, exploring, questioning, and learning from mistakes. The practical examples, strategies, and positive perspectives you shared will undoubtedly help students develop confidence and reduce their fear of mathematics. I'm sure every participant has taken away valuable ideas that can be implemented both at home and in classrooms. We shall now move on to our interactive question and answer session. Our participants have typed in a few questions in the chat box. We will take up a few questions and I invite Ms. Srinaja to share her valuable insights. So the first question we have, why do so many children develop a fear of mathematics?
Students usually develop that fear in mathematics. That fear of mathematics is only because they think that mathematics is something which, if we do mistake in that way, that means it's loss. So the fear of making mistakes in students will develop that fear in them, that okay, mathematics is a fearful subject, we should not supposed to do any mistakes in that. If one small mistake, then whole answer is wrong. That type of emotional development they will be having in their mind. That cognitive thinking should be erased. You have to make students think like, okay, you can do this, we will try the same problem in different methods. You have to develop that supportive environment in the classroom, and that will definitely build the confidence in the students. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. We have another question. Is mathematics ability an inborn talent?
No, ma'am, it is not. So, mathematical ability is something which develops through the practice and that consistency. We have to daily practice on it. We have to know the concept in depth, and because of that effective teaching, it will happen. It is not something like inborn talent. Slowly, gradually, students will learn. They will take some time. We should have that patience so that it will give the space to students to improve that mathematical skills or that logical reasoning or that critical thinking in their mind. We have to just give the opportunity to learn.
Thank you for clearing that for us, ma'am. We have another question. How can parents help children enjoy mathematics at home?
Yes, ma'am. So, as I have already discussed, parents can include mathematics in everyday life. They can ask, what is the time? What is the angle? How much money we have to get if this is the cost of that particular thing? And during the shoppings, cookings, or in some games also we can do. And by measuring something, we can like simply ask them what is the area of this window, go measure it and tell the area of the window. They just gradually learn it. Like that practice daily, that real life applications will make that mathematics subject meaningful and enjoyable to the students.
Mm. Thank you, ma'am. Now we have a very interesting question. What should students do when they do not understand a concept immediately?
Sorry, ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Sorry, I'll repeat again. What should students do when they do not understand a concept immediately?
Okay, students usually struggle with some concepts. Like that is a nature thing that it happens with everybody. Some will understand at like one time, if you explain, they will understand. Some need like different strategies or different method to solve the same problem. One problem can be solved in different techniques. So which technique is applicable for that particular student, that should be practiced in the class regularly. And students, like you have to create an environment where students seek help from the teachers, so that if they do not understand the concept immediately, it's fine, gradually they will learn it. So this approaching technique, or the problems which we discussed with the students, okay, this is the problem you have, okay, that's fine. We have to create a environment and that mindset among students that they can ask doubts anytime, because this is a natural thing that this is a part of learning. Struggling with some subject or some particular content is like part of learning. So we have to understand, and we have to make sure that we give a space to child to understand particular concept clearly. Until he learns, until he understands, he will never remember it, so he can't apply it. So for understanding that particular concept, we have to give some space to the child. That approaching technique will be helpful.
Thank you, ma'am. Next question for you. Does memorization help in mathematics?
Yes, ma'am. Understanding will always comes first. If I memorize, I can memorize only to some extent. I can memorize only for few days. Yes, I agree that from like few formulas are there, like a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, or trigonometric equations. All these are something we have to memorize. People think that we have to memorize, but before memorizing it, how it came, why that formula? So few formulas in mathematics are something which we can give the reasoning. Few are something which we can't. But regarding that also, we have particular conceptual understanding regarding that. So it should like we have to enable students to have that conceptual understanding regarding particular concept, so that they can know how to apply it in their daily life or in different situations. So this memorization of concepts will like it will only help to some extent, but before that, understanding the concept will be more helpful in longer duration.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have a very important question for you. How important is practice in mathematics?
Yes. So usually practice will build the confidence in students, and it will also strengthen the problem solving thinking in them, and the cognitive skills will develop, the logical reasoning will develop. So however, the meaningful practice will be focusing on understanding of that particular concept. So if a student will have a regular practice regarding the same concept or regarding different concepts, it will strengthen the thinking skills among students. They will remember that particular concept for longer duration.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have a question from our teacher. How can teachers make mathematics more engaging?
Yes, as I have already mentioned, teachers can use different activities, games, visual models, and also the technology. We are coming up with a new technology, new skills, everything, new teaching strategies. But inculcating that in a mathematics class will be quite challenging to the teachers. But if they start doing it from the like basic concepts, it will make the students will understand that concept in a more deeper way. So the collaborative activities can be conducted, or there are hands-on experiences also for the students to remember that particular concept or formulas. So mostly we can use the real life world problems, so that students can visualize this particular concept in real world itself.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll take one last question. What is the secret transforming mathematics from fear into fun?
Yes, the only secret is curiosity. If you develop curiosity among children in any subject, not just mathematics, not not only the mathematical sciences or anything, any subject, if you develop the curiosity, you ask them why it is happening, how it is happening, where we are using. This will encourage students to like to understand the concept in different way. All students are different, they will understand this concept in differently. So we have to encourage them, we have to create an environment to the students so that they can learn, they can unlearn the misconceptions, and they can also practice the concepts which they have already learned. So this will allow the exploration skills in the students, they will explore more, they will have that creative skills in them, and gradually they will they will get rid of this fear of mathematics subject.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for clearing all the questions from our participants. So, as we conclude today's webinar, let us remember that mathematics is not merely a school subject. It is a way of thinking about the world. It teaches us to reason, to question, to persevere, and to solve problems creatively. The goal is not to eliminate challenges, but to help children approach these challenges with confidence and curiosity. When students feel supported and encouraged, mathematics transforms from something to fear into something to celebrate. On behalf of Rockwoods International School and Rockwoods Junior College, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Y. Srinaja for sharing her expertise, passion, and practical insights with us this evening. I also thank all our participants for their enthusiastic presence and engagement. Do stay connected with Rockwoods for more meaningful and inspiring learning experiences. And once again, happy Doctors Day to all our medical professionals. We look forward to welcoming a special doctor as our guest speaker this Saturday as part of our Doctors Day celebrations. Until then, let us continue to nurture curious minds that think, explore, and enjoy learning. Thank you. Always in the course of education, Team Rockwoods.